you want to test out a drug for ALS. You recruit a bunch of patients who have ALS, you give them the drug, and then you wait and you see what happens. And knowing whether a particular therapy is working is very challenging. So our ALS research project is focused on trying to get a biomarker for ALS. My name is Noah Zaitlen.
My name is Benjamin Zaitlen.
Zachary Zaitlen.
Nan.
I'm going to tell you a little bit about my father.
He was a super active, really funny guy.
I distinctly remember one Halloween, he gave us, several $100s worth of fireworks and rolls of toilet paper and said, go out and have fun.
So they would have these side adventures, which often came to light as I discovered hidden caches of fireworks and sparklers.
When I got older and some of my friends went into law, they said, your dad, he's a big deal. He was a really important patent lawyer. And I had no idea. It was just my dad.
Some of the first clues that my dad had ALS, I recall there being a limping foot.
We went to one of the university neurology clinics to get a further evaluation. February of 2016 made a definitive diagnosis of ALS.
I had heard of ALS before, but experiencing it firsthand is very different than reading about it.
We all flew down to LA. I was living in San Francisco at the time. We spent the weekend together, talked about what it meant.
We have an extraordinary network of both immediate family, my sons, their wives, our siblings. We knew that they would be a support system. We both together looked at clinical trials at Cedars. He absolutely felt participating in clinical trials was the only way that answers were going to be achieved.
When you hear about a loved one getting sick, a very natural reaction is to think, what am I going to do about this? How can I help them?
Part of you feels helpless, and Noah is in this unique position of not being helpless, of having a PhD in bioinformatics and being able to do research and look at a problem that has affected him personally. And
I was sort of in an interesting position in that there were people just down the hall from me, just across campus from me, and we're working on the ALS. So we brought that into the lab.
He's not one to discuss and mull. He takes action right away.
The ALS Association provides great support for scientists, and they give out money in a way that encourages collaboration, that encourages innovation, and it's been really wonderful to join up with that community and to be welcomed.
We got involved with the Golden West chapter walk to defeat ALS because we were looking for a community. I continue to walk with friends, with family, for the same reasons. We found a home.
A great way for me to honor my dad is to continue doing that.
ALS is indiscriminate, and it's important that we help each other out.
They were great years, the years that my dad had ALS. I spent a lot of time with my dad. Part of the reason they were great is because we weren't alone. What you guys do for the community is so important. How far away are we from a cure for ALS? I'm going to give my dad's answer to this question. The cure for ALS is in a hallway with 100 doors. The cure is behind one of those doors.
It's not always about you as an individual doing that if you help close a door, this was not the answer, now someone doesn't have to do that again. And now Noah gets to do that as the researcher. Is pretty cool.
We're walking through the hallway and we're opening the doors. And finding a cure is not a question of if, it's a question of when. The more research we do and the more funding there is to conduct that research, the sooner we're going to have a cure. 6 months ago, my father was diagnosed with ALS. Well, this was much easier in my head. Sorry. It really crystallized the value for me of what I'm doing. And so, I just want you to keep that in mind. When something like that happens to you, it really makes you realize that, what we're working on here is important and it has value. Okay, that's enough of that. So variances, covariances in the admixed population. So